anyone who knows me knows I have a no green card policy. I will give no one a green card. So you don't get with me in hopes of a green card. Now, if you have saved your own money, then any assistance that you need, I'll help you. But for me to finance that, no, I'm not interested at all.
Why? If the person is your husband, why?
Because I'm a middle-aged woman smashed between a child and an elder who depend on me. Because the likelihood of a man deciding after you get him to the other end that, the 20-something-year-old across the street is cute is high. Because I don't owe you that. Because the same way each time I've been to this continent 8 times on my own dime. You have to take me serious because the behavior shows I'm serious, okay? Then I think the same is true for a man. Show that you're serious. If you're gonna land and you're coming from the US and you're a Black American with not a lot of international travel, it's best, and this is advice I was given by my Nigerian coach, fall somewhere where you're not so shocked, where it's not so extreme. So you don't want to go someplace where the poverty is so high that it breaks your spirit, and then you don't want to go someplace where there's so much elitism that it gives you an illusion that the average person is living that way. And so for me, I felt like Ghana fell somewhere in there. The music, the culture, were things that were easily matched to my spirit.
What I like the most about Carline Auto Parts is that they don't just sell you an oil. They take their time to educate you on exactly what your car needs. And luckily, they told me about this amazing product for my car's transmission. Booster is the best transmission oil that you can find on the market. And take it from me, if you've ever had a transmission problem, you know exactly what it means to be in those shoes. So get the best product and save yourself the trouble. Call Carline Auto Parts here at East Legon. Call them at Dacoman and bro, get yours. My sister, get yours. Don't waste time.
Carline Auto Parts, your car solution.
Hello guys, I welcome you live on SVTV Africa. My name is DJ Nyami. If you just chance on our channel, make sure you like, share, tap on subscribe, drop your comments, and share our links to your friends and all that. Daily Hustle GH. Today I have in the studio with me one special guest.
Hey.
She's from, I don't know where she's from, but she will tell us more about her, why she's in Ghana, what brought her to Ghana, and all that. Let's get to know her. But before I start, let me thank my sponsors.
Hey.
Tap Send and Ejumapa. Download Tap Send on your Play Store and App Store, and also Ejumapa on your Play Store and App Store. Okay, welcome to my studio, Dr. Wonder.
Yeah.
How are you doing?
I'm doing great.
I like this.
Yeah, that's what we do.
One love, eh?
Right.
Nice. I mean, let's get to know you. What's your name? I know Dr. Wonder, but...
Well, I'm actually Dr. Wanda J. Evans-Brewer.
Dr. Wonder
J.
Evans
Brewer. Yes.
Wow.
So, I only use the Dr. Wanda because it was Wanda that earned that PhD. So we don't need the Evans and the Brewer. We're going to pack that up. We're just going to work with the woman.
Oh, okay. I mean, okay, so where are you from? I mean,
originally I'm from Detroit, Michigan, but I've lived most of my adult life in Chicago, Illinois. So that's all the Midwest of the U.S.
Yankee? When we say Yankee,
no, we're not Yankee.
America.
No, so it's America, but it's the Midwest. So we're Motown, so that would be the Temptations, Diana Ross and Supremes. We're Motor City, so that would be big cars, like what Nkrumah drove.
But,
right?
but in Ghana, when we say Yankee, we mean America.
We don't accept that.
You guys don't accept that?
Well, I'm Black, so Blacks would never be considered a Yankee. That would be the whites that would be considered Yankees. Because now you're talking about Confederacy and fighting, right? Yeah.
I mean, what brought you to Ghana? How long have you been in Ghana and all that? I mean,
I'm at 3.5 years. And
3.5 years?
Yeah.
In Ghana?
Yeah. Living, serving, and building. So, you know, I was, let's see, there was a time that I was an activist in the U.S. on behalf of professors, because believe it or not, professors in the U.S. have been thrown into poverty. So corporate, just like corporate puts its hand other places and cause trouble, well, they put their hands on top of universities. And so to be a tenured professor in the US is like almost impossible now. It's like 80% what they call adjunct professors. And that means you're a part-time professor or you're a contract professor. But it also means you don't eat, right? Because one minute you have coursework and the next minute you don't. And so I was one of the people that I didn't take on shame from that, because usually if you're an academic or you say you're a professor, people associate that with income. Well, that person is living better, that person has more money, blah, blah, blah. Well, not so much. So the industry was where professors were losing their homes, moving back with their parents, selling things, taking menial jobs like Uber and Lyft in order to survive. And so I was one of those people, but I was angry about it because I've been a professional student. I've stayed out of trouble. I have no criminal background. I never got involved with drug culture. I raised my children, paid my taxes, minded my business. How do I end up in poverty and getting welfare? And so I said, yeah, this country has something to offer. It needs to answer these questions. And so I was willing to not walk around in shame, but actually talk about it, argue about it. Any platform that wanted to interview me, I was on it. And so that's how the Africans came to know of me. Up until then, Africa was, I've always been Afrocentric, and always a certain amount of pride. But in terms of the continent, it was something that was on a bucket list. One day, if I happened to get there, fine. But it was never important to me. It was never a priority. And there was a set of African men in particular who talked to me. And they said, one of them told me, he said, if you was any place else in the world for your wisdom, your intellect, your gifts, you would be scooped up. And then he said, and Africa needs you. And that one happened to be a Ghanaian. And so I told him, I said, I wouldn't even know where to start. I wouldn't even know where to begin this. And he said, I'll help you. And so the other African was Liberian in descent, and he was also very, very helpful in cheerleading and helping me with cultural issues and clues. And then the other was a Nigerian who was living in Canada. And all three of these men invested great time keeping my spirit lifted, allowing me to have questions, to debate with me, to correct me, and ultimately kind of love me through the process of fundraising to get myself to Africa. And so to do that, I drove Lyft and Uber. I had garage sales. I did a GoFundMe, because anything I do, I'd have to do times 2, because I travel with my daughter. And at that time she was 5, set to turn 5. And so, so it was 2 passports, 2 visas, 2 tickets, 2 everything. And so I confronted the university and I said, because what they were doing is they were giving professors, for every class you taught, you got a class, a free class. Well, a doctorate is a terminal degree. There is no degree higher than that. And most people with a PhD don't want another doctorate. Some do, but most don't. No, so I said, listen, they saw that I had a big mouth and I was talking a lot and I was stirring up because I was in the newspapers and I was on these podcasts and things. And so they kind of wanted me to hush, but they also didn't want to discipline me because of the same issue. So I said, I want to go to Africa and see what the options are for me as an academic. You offer a deacon and deaconess program, which means you're sending missionaries over there. I don't want to do any of that, but is it possible I could be a chaperone? They said no. I saw that for South Africa, they had musicians, because South Africa has an amazing choir. So I asked, can we do a quid pro quo? Can they go, that professor go, and when they come and I swap out? No. Okay, can I be a chaperone with the choir? No. Okay, what you gonna give me? Because I'm not going away. So they said, what we will do is we'll let you go to either Uganda or South Africa, because that university, Concordia, had hubs there. And we'll give you secure housing, but we won't take care of your ticket. That we won't do. So you got to get there on your own. And that's it. And so they were almost sure, because of how little they was paying me, I couldn't make it happen. Which, for me, I'm a scholar practitioner, but I am a servant leader and I'm very driven. I'm very driven. So that gave me drive like an athlete. It's like, oh, the very thing that you think I can't do and won't do, now I'm gonna do it. And so, yeah, they gave me a soft landing in South Africa. I had a choice between South Africa and Uganda. I picked South Africa because I knew Serafina, I knew Desmond Bishop Tutu. There was a poet that came to Detroit, Dennis Brutus, and he shared. I knew of course, Mandela. In fact, as a teenager, I was a part of a leftist group that fought to free Mandela. I was out there screaming "Free Mandela." So it was at least some things I knew. Okay, with Uganda, I still remember being a child in the classroom and all the images of Idi Amin. And in my adulthood, I came to understand a lot of that was, sort of manipulated through media, okay? And that actually the president that came after him was really terrible because he was propped up by the US. But yeah, I was scared to go. I said, I don't know. So let me do South Africa, and I did South Africa. Okay. And so that's what got me here.
We'll come back to Africa. You coming to Africa.
You said how I came, that's how I came.
Yes. So let's get back to US. I mean, growing up, life and all that, siblings, family.
Okay, I'm one of four. Mm-hmm. I'm the daughter of a domestic. My mother was a domestic. Mm-hmm. She made it to about 12th grade, and later in life, she became a home nurse. My father made it to 6th grade and was able to, at that time, you could walk down the streets of Detroit and get hired at an auto plant. And so he did that for a short time, lost his fingers, and really kind of like spiraled himself into alcoholism. I come from a house of domestic violence. I'm the first girl, third child, but I was always a square, a bookworm. And I was an early reader. I was always interested in learning. And so even to this day, my family, my immediate family sometimes is shocked, like, we got a doctor, like she's a doctor, they're shocked. They embrace it, they're excited. Sometimes they kind of knew that something was deeper in me, but yeah, that was my home life. So for me, fun was the library, okay? I love dancing. Now I dance all night, but I wasn't interested in a lot of the other vices. And because I was interested in the library, and I was sort of unpolished, I didn't know that like boys don't like smart girls. They don't want you to be, I was always a know-it-all and that kind of thing. So that pressure wasn't heavy with me because, I was, Miss Peabody as a young person.
We've been hearing of America, place to be, people want to have fun there and all that. I mean, when you were back there, you grew up from there, you spent more years there and all that. I mean, tell us about America. What we hear in America? Listen, is it fun place to be, place to make money?
America is for me, America's like a beautiful whore. She's like the most beautiful woman in the room. And then you find out she's a whore, that she does all this low, unnatural, unnecessary, rude, over the top stuff. That's the truth. She's always, she's not fair. It's not congruent. There's some incongruency in America. So I won't tell you that America is not beautiful. Yes, all 50 states, there's something and worthy of going. Are there lovely people? Absolutely. Are there things in terms of cuisine and culture and music that's worthy of experiencing? Yes, but because race is the issue. See here, class becomes an issue, right? Tribe becomes an issue. It's not an issue in America. If you super poor and you can pull yourself up by your bootstraps, you're welcome to marry and be where anybody you want to be. We love those stories, but race, the dividing issue is race, and it's always this color, okay? And really it's any melanation at all, because even the laws work against that. So we're always, myself included, you always feel it. You always feel that you're not in. And you're not in, not because you're not the best in the room, not because you're not the sharpest, not because you don't have the greatest integrity, you're not fair, you're not faithful to, you're not following the Lord, but only because you're Black. And so America is exhausting. She's exhausting because sometimes you're not in the mood for it. You're at a beach, you're enjoying friends, and someone starts something. You're in a car and your friend has a broken tail light, and that's going to become a bigger issue. Your whole life can change in an instant in America because of race. And it also defines your glass ceiling. How far can you go? Race determines that a lot of times. Like you can, if you're driven and you're strong and you somehow have a special kind of anointing, you get past that. But you never get past it, because even if you look at our multimillionaires, they still get judged by race. You never escape it.
Do you believe any black person is from Africa?
I believe that if they believe that, that's okay. I believe.
But is it not the reality? I mean, that any black person is from Africa?
I believe that the African is the first man, that the African woman created the first woman, and they've determined that by Lucy, right? They did all their research, and then they discovered that small body was actually the first woman. So I believe that if you meet those markers, those DNA markers, that you have every right to identify yourself as that. Now, the people who are making arguments that blacks come from other places, or like they was originally the natives in the US and that kind of thing, I don't debate that either, because I've seen the original Asian, I've seen the original Indian, and yes, they are very dark. The Afro-Mexican, the Afro-Colombian, I've seen that. Some of that could be with the weather, how the earth has cracked and split, and people migrated and didn't come back. I don't know, but I know that it is a great honor to be able to identify where your original gene came from. So I don't take that from anybody.
Before coming to, Africa, you told us about South Africa and Uganda. What about Ghana? What do you know about Ghana? Yeah, before coming to Africa.
Well, I was found coming back from Tanzania, which actually, as much as Ghana is my home now, my heart is always in Tanzania, because the Tanzanians they loved me first. And the same thing I did for all the other nations, books, technology, teaching, learning aids, solar panels, whatever that gift was, that I do freely on my own by fundraising, and it's my gift to them. The Tanzanians were the first to say, look, we don't have anything, but we love you and we want to give back to you. And so I have a cow. I had the one gift of a cow that now she's giving me 6 cows. I had the one chicken, and now she's giving me this whole, thing of chickens. My land, I have a house there, a little villa that I've built. I share that land with other women. I said, listen, I can't take it with me. They wanted to build in Africa, but they were scared. I said, you're welcome to build on my land. This was negotiated out by my Tanzanian family so that I could have some place to stay. They just have a huge heart for giving back instead of just always taking. And that group of people have decided that it's not a poverty issue. It's just you look at what you can give, and you make sure that the doctor knows that we love her. So I was coming back from having served there when a Ghanaian sent me a friend request and said, hey, I'm trying to figure out, how do you do the things that you do? I don't see a church attached to you. I don't see corporate money. I don't see, you don't mention any grants. Like, how are you doing that? And that started the conversation. And so, that person would become my husband. And so even though a man is never my center, it's a part of my journey, my center is my work. My center is my purpose. I decided to come to Ghana. I had never been to West Africa. The conversations about West Africa in Chicagoland and Detroit land are huge, okay? Because the reality is Ghana, like Nigeria, is a fashion hub. It's just the Africans, the cloth, the style is just amazing. The people are a handsome people. They're good looking, striking people. The food is full of flavor and noise. It's loud. It's hot. It's sweet. It challenges you.
So before coming to Ghana, you knew nothing about Ghana?
I knew that about Ghana, because if you don't know nothing, you know that.
Okay.
And you know Kente, and of course we knew Nkrumah, because everybody that was anybody in the U.S., Dr. Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, Maya Angelou, everybody came to see him. He called them, and they came to to see him. So we knew our leaders, our valued leaders who showed homage to him, showed respect to him. And, you know, blacks are a funny group that you can get an honorary pass into the group. Like, you know, we will adopt you as one of our own. And so all of the Pan-Africanist leaders like him, Julius Nyerere,
Osajefo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah. You don't know him?
Yes, I can't say all that. I only say what I say.
Have you heard of Osajefo Dr.
Yes,
Kwame Nkrumah?
I have. You know, when I hear it, when you all are happy.
Our first president.
Yes, that's who I'm talking about. Yeah, so I only hear it when it's like a big event. Normally, I just hear Kwame Nkrumah.
Kwame Nkrumah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sometimes doctor, but
okay.
Yeah.
So you met a guy online.
Yes.
And he said happened to be your husband.
Well, he happens to my estranged husband.
Oh.
We separated. Now it's been a complete year.
Okay, so he brought you to Ghana, right?
He didn't bring me. I brought me.
But you said you guys were chatting and he invited you.
He was the link. He was the connection.
The connection. So he was in Ghana.
He was in Ghana, but I was coming back from Tanzania.
Okay, so then he brought you to Ghana because he told you about Ghana.
That's how you want to say it.
Because he told you about Ghana, so he brought you to Ghana.
I like your phrasing. But I'm gonna accept it. Yeah, he brought me to Ghana.
But he brought you to Ghana because he told you about Ghana and all that. He
didn't tell me about Ghana. He talked to me.
He told you lovely things. Listen, and all that.
When I came, the first week I came to Ghana.
Doctor just don't want to accept it.
No, I do my own research.
Oh, so you did your own research. So after doing your own research, what did you see?
I saw that it was an predominantly English-speaking nation. That all the other things I told you that were
nice food, nice places, and
all that it was of the if you're going to land on the continent, there's 54 sovereign nations, right? If you're going to land and you're coming from the U.S. and you're a Black American with not a lot of international travel, it's best. And this is advice I was given by my Nigerian coach: fall somewhere where you're not so shocked, where it's not so extreme. So you don't want to go someplace where the poverty is so high that it breaks your spirit, and then you don't want to go someplace where there's so much elitism that it gives you an illusion that the average person is living that way. And so for me, I felt like Ghana fell somewhere in there. The music, the culture were things that were easily matched to my spirit.
Oh, okay. So when you first came to Ghana, you met your husband. I mean, how did it start? I mean, you came to Ghana.
Well, I had a tour I was here for like 7 days, and I had several Ghanaian friends who had been long watching me and saying, "Why don't you come to Ghana?" And I was like, "I don't have a reason to come yet." So I met with those people that week. So it was a week of actually connecting with all the Ghanaians that I had known over the years, and he was the person that helped me do that. So it was less about sort of like a week of romance, but it was more a week of sort of socializing and coming to know the country, because the reality is different tribes place you in different spots. So you'll end up being in a different region or someplace else just because that person comes from there.
7 days tour. I mean,
I consider it a tour.
Did you have fun? You said you came here 7 days.
No, yeah, it was.
Was just a visit, 7 days?
It was a visit, but I'm saying we toured different things. No, it was beautiful. It was my biggest complaint, the heat, because Ghana's on a desert line, and so I wasn't necessarily prepared for that level of heat. East Africa's not as hot as Ghana, but no, I absolutely enjoyed everything, and I was able to explore on my own terms, and yeah.
So after your 7 days, you went back to Tanzania?
No, I went back to the U.S.
Oh, you went back to the U.S. So what brought you again?
I was married. I got married at the end of the 7 days.
Okay, so after meeting your ex-husband,
yes,
when you came 7 days,
yes,
then you went back.
Yeah, I went back. I couldn't stay.
Then I want you to tell us the process. So you went back, he was here.
He was here.
So communication started.
No, we was communicating the whole time. We had been communicating prior to me coming.
Okay, then you came back, then you guys got married here.
No, we got married in this first 7 days. Okay.
Oh, when you came first 7 days, okay.
Then I went back, and then it was plans to at least allow him to visit the U.S.
Okay.
And see, there was a misunderstanding on his end. I am a pure Pan-Africanist. It is my intent to live on the continent, to die on the continent, to wrap up the rest of my life on this end. So it doesn't matter what Africans' attitudes are about the continent. That's not my attitude, okay? For me, it is my ancestral birthright. It's an opportunity to be the pioneer and the educator on the terms I've always wanted to be. It's a chance to even give back on a level that, because I consider the continent my mother. So it's Mother Africa, right? Well, if I'm her long lost daughter, we got some healing to do. And so I just do my part. But he actually wanted to go. Okay, and even though he said he didn't, he said the things that in the end, it turned out that yes, he wanted to go. Do you understand? So yeah, I came here. It was nothing for me to, especially if you teach, you can just house that on, hoist it online. It's nothing for me to come here and decide to, let's see what we can do here. And then what he said was his profession was juice making. Okay, and so I love that natural juice. I'm a middle-aged woman. I want health. It's packed with nutrients. This is Ghana, full of all sorts of things to make an amazing juice of all kinds of varieties. Let's do this. And so everything that he needed to make that happen, I supplied him with. A sugarcane press, the money to start the business, the restructuring of the kitchen, the business account, all of this. And he had been in the industry, he said, like 20 years. So for us in the US, if you've been in anything 20 years, you're an expert.
Oh, hello. People, my name is Kale Boss. The only boss. Oh, wait, what else? Have you heard? Wait, do you know that Tap Tap Send is live in Texas? Oh, you didn't know? We went to New York. Now we are live in Texas. So people in Texas and around, all you have to do is to download Tap Tap Send. Yes, Tap Tap Send has become the most unique, secure, and fast way of sending money across the world to your loved ones anywhere. Okay, so download Tap Tap Send on Google Play Store or App Store. And when you're in Texas or around, you just have to put in the code TXGH. What did I say? TXGH, and you get $10 for your first transaction you make. Mahama dear, Texas, you drew, huh? Very soon we'll conquer everywhere.
Download Tap Tap Send now on Google Play and App Store. Tap Tap Send, it's secure, convenient, easy, and fast.
We need to show you respect. You're a vet. But I didn't know that, like, in Africa, somebody can be in something 20 years and they haven't launched because they just haven't launched. Like, it doesn't mean that they're an expert. It could mean that they've just been doing that a long time.
So what happened after he came to the US?
He never came to the US.
Oh, I thought you said you invited him to come.
I invited him. In fact, we gave him the invite of a lifetime. Invite letter from me, from my son, because my son was getting married. My bank statements, pictures of my passport to show I was a transnational. Because, with immigration, they most want to know that you're not going to go AWOL, that you're going to go and you will return to your nation, right? Okay. They don't want you to get over there and decide not to return. So, everything that he needed was there, but he had his interview. He never gave them the envelope, and he relied on himself, and they declined it. So that was a visitor's visa. But anyone who knows me knows I have a no green card policy. I will give no one a green card. So you don't get with me in hopes of a green card. Now, if you have saved your own money, then any assistance that you need, I'll help you. But for me to finance that, no, I'm not interested at all.
Why? If the person is your husband, why?
Because I'm a middle-aged woman smashed between a child and an elder who depend on me. Because the likelihood of a man deciding after you get him to the other end that, the 20-something-year-old across the street is cute is high, because I don't owe you that. Because the same way each time I've been to this continent 8 times on my own dime, you have to take me serious because the behavior shows I'm serious, okay? Then I think the same is true for a man. Show that you're serious. Put your teeth in this game, and then you have complete control over you. If you get there on your own dime and it doesn't work out, you don't owe anybody anything. Otherwise, you walk with a black eye. And so I'm just one of those women that's hardcore about that. I won't stop you, and I will assist you, but I will not be to give you the financial backing to do that.
Okay, so he was refused visa.
Yeah, he was refused.
Yeah, you follow to Ghana, right?
I decided, yeah.
He decided to come back because the visa was not given to him. So
Right.
you need to come because you guys are married.
Listen, when you get declined the visa, you can apply again.
Yes.
Yes.
So he couldn't make it. So
Right.
you follow up to Ghana,
I
right?
did. I did.
How long did you guys stay? I mean, you
We're
guys-
still married.
Oh, you're still married. So you are still married.
Yes.
Okay. So where is he now?
He's in the UK.
Oh, he's in the UK.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. How many kids do you have?
I have my daughter.
But why-
We have no kids together
But why are you here and he's in the UK?
because he went after what he wanted. And again, I didn't block that.
Oh, okay. Okay, let's talk about why you are here officially for 3.5 years.
Okay. Because I can be, because I want to be, because the Ghana,
What have you seen here that makes you stay? I mean, to stay in Ghana.
well, the reality is Ghana gave me a business.
They gave you a business. Who gave you
Yes.
that business?
This country.
Okay, tell us about the business.
It's two things. I'm a servant leader. Wherever I land, I serve and I give back. That was
Okay.
also in the U.S. It's not unique to Africa at all. That's just my design. Okay. So, yeah, I've been well received, well hosted by everybody outside of that marital unit. My experience in Ghana has been superb. And so, yeah, that has also kept me here, is that the field is plentiful, the workers are few. When you're in specific hands where the partnership is valued and the respect is strong, you do good work here. You do good work, but the naturalness of Ghana, for me, Ghana is the Garden of Eden. Lots of herbs and spices that are medicine. The medicine is built into the food. The access to non-GMO or organic, fresh from the harbor. Yeah, that keeps you here. So it gave me a business, but it also reversed me and my daughter's health because we were sick. Which a big chunk of America is sick. We're suffering from everything from the various forms of cancer to regular constipation to issues with men with prostates and erectile dysfunction, women with all kind of things going on with fibroids and the medicine that you have here, the natural medicine that you have here, cures. What doesn't cure prevents. And a lot of it is preventative. If you were consuming Percocet, if you had an opportunity to steam with neem, if you can take black velvet tamarind and chew it every day, you would get a certain amount of magnesium. The variety in your pineapples, the variety in your bananas, all this is health food, but it's not processed health food. So that also has kept me here. I know that, we all have to leave, but I don't want to leave like a dog. I don't want to crawl and be in hospitals with tubes in me. I don't want to become so feeble that I'm placed in a nursing home. I want to be like my in-law, her mother died last year out in Livonia. And she was 111 years old. Wow. And yeah, she was, she wasn't playing tennis, but she was up and active, to her level. And that is beautiful. I think that's what how it was supposed to be for us.
Let's talk about business. You mentioned business. I mean, I know there are business here, but you as someone who is here for 3.5 years, let me ask you, what kind of business do you see?
Well, when I
business
came here,
opportunities do you see?
Well, I see lots of opportunities, but I came here still teaching online at the university. And then at some point, because of COVID, they downsized me. Okay. And so I had to make a decision, go back to the US or stay. Okay. And so a long time ago, when I first decided that I fell in love with the continent, my son said to me, don't tell me about a man. How are you going to be on that continent and take care of my sister on your own? I don't want to hear nothing about no man. Okay. And so that has been a driving force in me. That's why I told you, no man is my center, okay? My purpose is my center. And I said, okay, I want to open up an online store. And I want to meet the needs of various professionals and educators, people I know, who also don't have access to what I have access to naturally here. I can walk out of my apartment and every other step is medicine. Okay, some of it has to be dried, some of it, has to be boiled. You understand? But yeah, that's what it is. And so I decided, I was also a student, which I'm a professional student anyway, of various herbalists, because the herbalists are only strong in the areas that they're strong. Some of them babies and womb wellness. Some of them, blood pressure and heart issues. Like you run if they say they do it all. If they say they know everything, that's not your herbalist. That's somebody playing. But generally, they'll tell you where their strengths are, and there's certain medicines that they know. And when they know them, they know them. And so I had no problem, being the student of a community herbalist or anyone that has actually gone to school and taken it a step further. And so I spend my time as doctor, meaning that, yes, there are things that I know, but also as student, where I have to sit at their feet and take notes and work from there. And so that was the beginning of Wonderland's Naturals.
Aside the herbal stuff, the herbs.
It's not all just herbs. It's all things West African and herbs and oils.
And oils.
Yeah.
Okay. Aside that, which other opportunities do you see? You've been here, business.
Well, business-wise, I do. I have invested in goats. GOAT.
Goats. So goat business, right?
Yeah, I've invested in goats.
Goats. Okay.
I've invested in, I do something I call Wandy pads, which is using the local seamstress to do the reusable pads for girls. Because, you all got that tax here on women feminine product, particularly pads, and it's not right. So, so that girls can stay in school, but also, not have their banks broke, just trying to deal with something natural. I use all various locals to put together whatever it is I'm working on at the time. So I consider them the experts. I consider them professionals. And, they're excited about the opportunity. So right now I have what I would consider, I think it's like 5 of us now. So I have someone that is my product researcher. He's amazing. I have someone that does all my, my flyers and digital stuff. I have someone I have a market woman that she's at the market. So she knows the market, up, down, sidewalk. She's been a market woman for 30 years and she works for me. Someone that translates, that can actually communicate. Do you know this herb? Is this available? How much does it cost? All those type of things. So I have an amazing team of Ghanaians that, they happy to work and be paid, and I'm happy to have them.
You selling your stuff here?
I sell it online. So it's online.
Okay.
So that makes it, I wasn't necessarily interested in here. I was interested in the global market because the CD is lower than the global market. Because I'm trying to live, right? As much as this is employing someone, I also have to live here. I'm living here and I'm raising my daughter. Okay. So I need to make a decent income with the least amount of static, right? But also, I want the finest, and I consider the quality that comes out of Ghana to be.
Are you making money now?
Yeah, I'm living.
Your online
business. See me here, don't you? Yeah, how do you
making money?
Yeah, how you look? I don't like the way you say that either. Yeah,
you making some dollars.
No, I'm not living large like that.
But you are selling online, so probably.
But listen, I'm making a living.
You are making a living.
I'm not on the level of Idris Elba, who came here and said he's setting up a studio. I'm making a living.
I'm making it. That's good.
Yeah.
I mean, okay, so I mean,
he has to be wise. You have to watch how he phrased it.
So I mean, Ghana, you've been to which other places have you been to aside Accra? Have you been to?
Okay, where have
the Volta? You said, I remember you said Volta.
Okay,
which other places have you been to?
All right, let's see. Accra. I live in Pone, Kpone, not the.
Boom.
Yeah.
Boom. That's how we pronounce it.
I
boom.
know. Okay.
But it's a boom.
It's always going to be that.
Boom. Okay.
Okay. I live in, my daughter was living in Timma Newtown with the in-laws. She's with me now. Okay. Lilonia. That's where I started, had the health fair, did a beach cleanup, planted the first Wonderland's library there because I'm a library planter here. In fact, there's one in Lilonia, Timma Newtown, and in the Volta region, and where's the 4th one? It'll come to me. It'll come. All right, so Yeah, I've been to Central. I've been to Abri, that whole Mangpong area, Pram.
So you having fun. You are enjoying Ghana.
Why if I visit the region?
You are enjoying Ghana.
Okay, why if I say
That's what I want to know. Are you enjoying Ghana?
Why if I say I visit the regions, that equals fun?
Oh, but you've been to other places.
Wait a minute, and just recently we went north. We went to Timale, but we went to Gambaga.
Oh, Gambaga. Okay. Okay, so it means you are having fun. I mean, you are enjoying Ghana.
I'm being a pioneer.
But you are enjoying Ghana. That's what I want you to accept.
I don't like your word fun. Fun is too small of a word.
Okay.
You're making it too simplistic.
Are you enjoying Ghana?
I'm learning Ghana. No, I won't. You're not gonna give me the fold. No.
You are enjoying Ghana. You love our food, eh?
I like your food.
You like our food.
Now, but in that, I have foods I love.
Okay.
Contemporary stew. Love. Can eat.
Do you know how to prepare it?
No, I don't have to. I go.
You don't want to learn how to prepare it?
No.
Why?
Because I want.
Is it stressful?
No, because I want to go home and eat some greens.
Oh, okay.
Because I have a cuisine that's a kissing cousin to it that I miss. But no, and I like it the way certain people prepare it, and I want to always have it that way.
Which of our food can you prepare?
I can listen. With the instructions, I can prepare it all, and I have been shown how to prepare it. I don't want to.
You don't want to? Why?
No, I want to enjoy it.
What about our language, our local language? Do you speak any?
No, I don't. I told you, I didn't really even realize how tired I am. I'm real language fatigued. Every nation you go to, they want you to master their mother tongue.
But you are here for 3.5 years.
It doesn't matter. Listen.
You can learn the tree or Ghana.
There are people living in the U.S. that live in their local communities that have been there 30, 40 years and speak only their mother tongue. Because you live in a place doesn't mean that you master it. You have to be able to make the mistakes, get out, have someone patient to walk through. And I really haven't had anybody just sit down with me and walk me through language. Do you understand? That's the truth. And because of the work I've done, it hasn't been really required. It's easy for me to go and have someone with me to support me as a translator. And I've taken advantage of that.
Your encounter with Ghanaians, are we nice people?
I don't like this idea of nice. What is nice?
Are we nice? Are we lovely people?
What is that?
Are we lovely people?
What is that?
Do we accept you?
No, you are never good. I'll never be Ghanaian. I'm always going to be in a brony.
You're a brony.
Oh, listen, and I'm okay with it. Because I'm not a continental African. You all take very, great pride in your tribal history and whatever rites of passages that you've gone through. And I don't impose on that. I come as myself. You embrace me as Dr. Wanda, and that's it. But I don't get off into, oh, I've hung with them a long time, now I'm one. Oh, I married one, now I'm fit. No, you don't. And if y'all was telling the truth, it's true. Because even in my community now in Palm, my community knows me, they know my daughter, they love me, I love them, okay? When I come out of that area, it all starts over again, okay? The market women, once upon a time, used to try to cheat me. They don't cheat me, okay? In fact, my husband used to hear them saying, we hate when he comes to the market, they spoil the market, okay? And we had a system. I would go look at stuff and I would tap. He would know I wanted that, he'd buy that for me. I would walk off. We had our little system, okay? Because he didn't allow people to cheat me, okay? So, yeah, but even with all that protection, and now the market women love me and we're friends, and they'll even say to me, my customer, and dash me sweet things and hold things for me. Because I've been there so long, they're tired. They know I'm buying here. I'm reinforcing the economy here. I'm spending money here. Like, stop that. So we're over it. When I leave that area and I go to the next market, it starts back over. They hear the accent, it starts. You understand? And I get it. So I'm over it. I don't walk around with my feelings hurt about it. I know what to do and what not to do. Sometimes I go places I don't even talk. Even in cabs. I've been in a cab where you lean over and answer a question and the cab driver decides he wants to raise the price because I'm in the cab. So if that's the flavor, when does that end? Well, it doesn't, because every place I move about, I'm starting over as a stranger.
That is a problem.
It's the truth, though.
Yeah, it's the truth. That's the problem. Because you are not the only one who's saying this. When you hear your accent,
it's all, listen, it's not just my accent.
But aside the accent,
there's a physical way you move that cues people you're different. You're not one of us. Do you understand? It's little nuanced things as well. But I make peace with it because I've determined that won't be the reason I dislike a group or I protest all the time or I leave. And also, I spend a lot of time just basically outsmarting them. You know, like if it's foolishness, do you understand? If we're in a car, if we're in a taxi and you've already agreed on the price, why should you raise it because I said, yeah, go left. You understand? Like that's ridiculous. Now you have to be outsmarted. But also the Ghanaians that are closest to me, that draw closest to me, they are lovely. They are kind. They're beautiful. So yeah, they're my advocates. They speak up for me. They protect me. They guide me. They correct me. So I don't have those problems, but I also trust them to do that.
Dr. Wonder.
Yeah.
Do it, remember? Do you understand what I said?
No.
See, I'm selling you. You don't know what I said.
Well, then I'm sold. What? When they get me, they're gonna go around the corner and throw me
so
out.
okay. Before I leave you,
Yes.
Most of the youth want to go up to abroad.
It ain't just the youth. It's the youth. It's old women. It's men. It's me.
What are they been telling you when people tell you I want to go?
I want you to take me. Put me in your suitcase and take me. Could you have? It's all day. Even my daughter, my child. You asking a 10-year-old. You asking an 11-year-old, 12. Now yeah.
Is it like we are not seeing the good things we have here? Or what? What is the problem?
For me, it's three things. Okay. You see them, but you don't value them much. You don't value them much anymore. But there also is, because you're in a black nation, you're not aware of your blackness. You don't know. You don't have any sort of consciousness of it. And so when you hit that Western world, it's going to tell you what they think of you, because people, you all actually think somebody likes you. You actually think they want you to come and visit, that they want you, and that they're going to let you come and you're going to work, and you don't understand, okay? But the other thing is, it's like this selfishness. Like, how dare you come here and want to hang out here and look at this? And it's like, no, what I see is what you see. But I see where you could walk out of your kiosk and pick up that sachet paper. I see where you actually could stop using all those black bags so they don't embed in your red dirt. Do you understand? I see where your beaches could actually, you could decide, we don't want our beaches dirty no more. Because it's not as if other nations aren't poor. The Philippines is poor, Vietnam, you understand? It's not like poverty is unique to Africa. It's not. Poverty is intense in the US. Okay, what is different? The difference is this sort of mindset of loving itself. And so what I see is low self-esteem and a lack of self-love. I love myself so much. You love your person. You understand? When I see Ghanaians, they're handsome, the women are beautiful, some of the best bodies, all the especially Ghanaians, they do what they want to with their hair, all this boldness. But why do all that and step over garbage and be okay with it? I don't like that. I don't understand that. So that's what I see. But for me, I see that as work. I see it's like, okay, I'm living in this area. While I'm in this area, this little circumference will be worked on. If they plot me in another area, I'll look out and that little circumference will work on. And that is typical of blacks, because the black had nothing. We was the slave. So what do you pay a slave? Nothing. What do you give them? Nothing. What laws support them? None. Okay, so we have historically, strategically, completely understood we have to help each other. I don't know that you all understand that.
I understand.
I don't know that you understand that. And you got it. Like, everything that you all want is 50 times better here. You understand? I come from Detroit, okay? Detroit is known for apples and for cherries. That's all it's known for. Over in the area I live, there's bitter leaf, there's Percocet, There is black velvet tamarind. There is yam, cassava, maize, all that being grown next to garbage, next to kiosks, next to open defecation, next to unclean. What you understand? But the life is there. It's there. And then chickens and goats.
Chickens and goats.
And I consider them my animal friends.
Chickens and goat business.
Yes.
Are you looking forward to go into it because you have goats already?
I try to encourage people to try some of the other things like your snails. Snails are an amazing business because, yeah, besides here in France, the DR, you know, people just really, I like your tilapia, both the small, the river tilapia, as well as your big tilapia. I mean, I can go on and on about various industries. I like the cobblers. I like all the individual contract workers. You know, that your nailticians are mobile, your shoe repairers are mobile. Yeah, I think all of those independent, I see them as independent contractors, need somebody to back their business and invest in them and that kind of thing. So yeah, I just see it different. This is a country full of entrepreneurs, okay, with no finance. And when you get finance, then you get predator lenders like we do in the US. And so I understand that plight where if you just had a little bit of something, you could strengthen the business and it can grow.
Government is not supporting.
Well, I don't
like
believe, see, here we go, no.
But you want loan, your place, they will give you loan.
No.
In America, like you just said, you want to start something, they will support you.
That's your opinion.
But where is the support?
No, that's your opinion.
Where is the support coming from? People have plants.
Everybody that
people
wants
have plants and all that, no support.
Everybody that wants a loan does not get a loan. Many of the loans, especially for minorities, are predator loans, okay? They come and take our collateral just like they take yours. They put a percentage rate on it that's close to impossible.
But at the end of the day, it's loan. They will give you something to start something.
No.
But here, people want to start something.
No.
No money.
I can tell you how to start something. Stop buying mobile money, get offline, save that money that you're spending in a year on that mobile, on being online, and put that into the business that you keep talking about you want. There was a life for the black man before government. He needs to remember that. He has forgotten that he fed himself, built his wealth, built his schools, his hospitals, took care of his elderly, took care of his wives, because the black man had 10, 12 wives. Okay, he was able to do that, and he was not waiting on government assistance. He needs to go back and read his books of his forefathers, in whatever form he can get that, because he has amnesia. He needs to remember who he is.
And now the diasporans are coming to Africa.
Yes,
they are coming.
Yes.
They are setting up businesses. They are investing and all that. What are you telling them? You also from there. So what are you telling them?
I tell them to walk softly and carry a big stick. I tell them to come, take your time. There's 16 regions. Each region offers something differently and unique of the region. Be mindful of whose hands you've fallen into, because yes, if you fall in the right hands, things can go really, really beautiful. And if you don't, they're not going to go very well. And even to the point of cruelty. So I tell them it is important to link with both ends, continental Africans and Africans abroad who have already made it out and who understand your mindset and what you're coming from to help be an advisor to you. But that, the wisdom is the mixing of the two, not solo. And to be careful. Don't come with an attitude that you're fixing them, that you're helping them out. You're not. They was living before you came. They'll be living when you get back on the plane. What is your role in that? Decide what you're going to be in that and leave it at that.
Dr. Wanda, thank you so much for coming on my show. Your last message. Oh, wait a minute, your gift. Your last message.
Your gift.
Oh, you have a gift for me.
I got a gift. I got two.
But your last message to the world.
Okay, this is
what's this?
Some corn silk tea.
Oh.
That's good for prostate.
Corn silk tea.
For your kidneys.
Okay.
And for fibroids, it'll shrink them.
Wow.
And then this is our brand. I use Ghanaian soap maker. She's been with me forever. And it's some neem soap, okay?
Wonderlands.
Wherever Wonderlands, things get blessed. Wow. Things prosper. Things progress.
So your last message to our viewers, what are you telling them? Anything? Your social media, whatever you want to say.
Look, Ghana is a beautiful country. It is not for the weak. You most certainly need to do some research. And the first research is started understanding Ghana's economy. It does not match a U.S. economy. It is its own unique economy. And then you'll know how to move about, spend money, how to be modest. Modest is hottest. Be conservative with your purse. Give yourself a year or so of exploration, and you can do okay.
Thank you. Your social media handles. I mean,
I'm everything. Everything is Dr. Wanda. Dr. Wanda Evans-Brewer on YouTube.
Dr. Wanda.
Dr. Wanda on TikTok. Dr. Wanda Evans-Brewer.
How do you spell Dr. Wanda?
DRWANDA.
Dr. Wanda.
Yes.
Thank you so much for coming on my show, Charlie. And you better. You see the slangs along. You go take the technical English. I mean, I know the year. Thank you so much for coming on my show. Thank you guys for watching. My name is DJ Nyame. I'll thank my production team. Like, share, tap on subscribe, drop your comments.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Tua.
Living in Ghana, abroad, a first timer visiting Ghana, or a company wondering where to get quality service providers in Ghana for any job? Then Ejumapa On Demand Services is here to assist you. Ejumapa On Demand Services connect requesters and service providers such as masons, plumbers, electricians, auto repairers, home and office cleaners, trash collectors, rent agents, spa attendants, roofers, beauticians, teachers, CCTV installers, and all artisans on one platform. Yes, one platform. Trust Ejumapa On Demand Services to sort you out any day, anywhere, and at any time. To download the app, please visit the App Store and Play Store or visit our website www.ejumapa.com.